Have you ever wondered what makes something right or wrong? Is it the outcome, the intention, or something else entirely? Hey philosophers, welcome back to the channel where we break down complex ideas into bite-sized wisdom. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of ethics, the philosophical study of morality that shapes everything from our personal choices to our legal systems. But here's the thing, there isn't just one way to approach ethics. In fact, philosophers have developed several distinct branches, each offering a unique lens to view our moral world. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 5 major branches of ethics, how they differ and why they matter in your everyday life. And trust me, once you see ethics through these different perspectives, you'll never look at moral questions the same way again. Before we jump in, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss our weekly philosophy uploads. Now, let's get ethical. Branch 1, Normative Ethics. Let's start with the branch that asks perhaps the most fundamental question. What should I do? This is normative ethics, the search for moral standards that regulate right and wrong conduct. Think of normative ethics as your moral GPS. When you're faced with a dilemma, these theories provide frameworks to guide your decision. There are 3 major approaches within normative ethics, and I want you to think about which one resonates most with you. 1. Virtue ethics. This approach, championed by Aristotle, focuses on developing virtuous character traits. Instead of asking, "What should I do?" virtue ethics asks, "What kind of person should I become?" According to virtue ethics, actions are right if they're what a virtuous person would do. The goal isn't following rules, but becoming someone whose natural instinct is to do good. 2. Deontology. Developed by Immanuel Kant, deontology argues that the rightness of an action depends on whether it fulfills our duties and obligations, regardless of consequences. For Kant, moral actions must be based on universal principles that could work for everyone. It's about doing what's right because it's right, not because it leads to good outcomes. 3. Consequentialism. This approach judges actions solely by their consequences. The most famous form is utilitarianism, developed by Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill. For utilitarians, the right action is whatever produces the most happiness or well-being for the greatest number of people. It's all about the results. So which approach do you find most convincing? The virtue-focused, duty-based, or outcome-oriented? Think about it as we continue our journey through the branches of ethics. Branch 2, Metaethics. While normative ethics asks what we should do, metaethics asks a deeper question. What does it even mean to say something is right or wrong? Metaethics explores the fundamental nature of ethical statements, judgments, and attitudes. It's like the philosophy of ethics itself. Let me break this down with a simple example. When someone says stealing is wrong, what are they actually saying? Are they 1. Stating an objective fact about reality, 2. Just expressing their emotions like saying boo to stealing, 3. Referring to cultural agreements rather than universal truths? Metaethics investigates these questions about what moral statements actually mean and whether objective moral truths even exist. This might sound abstract, but it has profound implications. If moral statements are just opinions, how can we resolve ethical disagreements? If they're objective facts, how do we discover them? The meta-ethical position you take shapes how you approach all other ethical questions. Branch 3, Applied Ethics. Now let's get practical. Applied ethics takes the theories from normative ethics and applies them to specific, real-world situations. This branch deals with controversial issues where the right answer isn't always obvious. It includes several subfields. 1. Bioethics. Is it ethical to clone humans? Should we genetically modify embryos? When is it acceptable to end life support? Bioethics tackles these challenging questions at the intersection of medicine, technology, and morality. Bioethicists apply ethical frameworks to new developments in healthcare and biotechnology, helping shape policies that respect human dignity while advancing medical knowledge. 2. Environmental ethics. Does nature have intrinsic value beyond human use? What responsibilities do we have to future generations? Environmental ethics examines our moral relationship with the natural world. This field has become increasingly important as we face climate change and biodiversity loss. challenging us to expand our moral circle beyond humans. 3. Business ethics. What responsibilities do companies have beyond maximizing profit? Is it ever okay to mislead consumers? Business ethics explores the moral dimensions of commerce and corporate behavior. From fair labor practices to corporate social responsibility, this field helps define what ethical business looks like in a globalized economy. Applied ethics is where philosophy meets the real world. It's where theoretical frameworks become practical guidelines for doctors, business leaders, politicians, and everyday citizens. Branch 4. Descriptive ethics. While the previous branches ask what people should do, descriptive ethics asks what people actually believe about ethics. This branch takes an empirical, scientific approach to studying morality across cultures and throughout history. It doesn't judge which ethical systems are better. It simply describes them. Did you know that moral priorities differ significantly across cultures? While Western societies often emphasize individual rights, other cultures might prioritize communal harmony or respect for tradition. Descriptive ethics also reveals how moral views evolve over time. Practices once considered acceptable, like slavery or denying women voting rights, are now widely condemned. This raises fascinating questions about moral progress. By studying descriptive ethics, we gain cultural humility and historical perspective. We see that many of our obvious moral intuitions are shaped by our specific cultural context. But this raises an important question. If moral beliefs vary so much across cultures and time periods, does that mean morality is purely relative? Or are there universal moral principles beneath the cultural differences? This brings us to our final branch. Branch 5, Comparative Ethics. Our final branch, Comparative Ethics, examines how different religious and philosophical traditions approach ethical questions. From Confucian ethics to Buddhist moral teachings, from Islamic jurisprudence to Christian theology, comparative ethics explores the rich diversity of moral traditions throughout human civilization. Take the ethics of wealth, for example. Different traditions offer distinct perspectives. 1. Confucianism emphasizes using wealth virtuously to benefit society. 2. Buddhism warns against attachment to material possessions. 3. Protestant Christianity historically linked prosperity with divine favor. 4. Utilitarianism would judge wealth by how effectively it maximizes overall well-being. Comparative ethics doesn't just catalog these differences. It seeks dialogue between traditions, finding both points of convergence and meaningful contrasts. In our increasingly interconnected world, this approach helps us navigate ethical discussions across cultural boundaries. So there you have it, the 5 major branches of ethics. Normative ethics, providing frameworks for determining right action. 2. Metaethics, questioning the nature of moral statements themselves. 3. Applied ethics, using ethical principles to address specific real-world issues. 4. Descriptive ethics, studying what people actually believe about morality. 5. Comparative ethics, examining ethical systems across different traditions. Understanding these branches doesn't just make you sound smart at dinner parties. It provides you with different tools for thinking about the moral challenges we all face. Next time you're wrestling with an ethical dilemma, try viewing it through these different lenses. Ask yourself not just what should I do, but also, why do I believe this is right? And how might someone from a different tradition approach this? If you found this helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more philosophical explorations. Leave a comment telling me which branch of ethics you find most interesting, or which ethical dilemma you'd like me to tackle in a future video. Till next time, keep questioning, keep thinking, and remember that exploring ethics isn't just about finding answers. It's about becoming more thoughtful human beings.